Hello everyone, my name is Discount Donnie and I'm here with the Dollar Tree Travel Hacks. This is where I'm going to discuss a lot of Dollar Tree items that I use personally to travel with. As you see in the background here, that's my travel bag that I have in there with a couple Dollar Tree items inside there, like the first aid kit. That's a good, you can reuse the tin, you can take stuff out, and you can take out some of the Band-Aids and stuff, the bandages you're not going to use, and add, like, say if you have a heartburn medicine, or if you want to add, like, say a couple tablets of gas, heartburn, Tylenol, different kinds of pain meds, ibuprofen, naproxen. You can put all kinds of extra stuff in there and take certain things out that you probably won't use. I would probably leave the bacitracin or triple antibiotic ointment or something like that, just in case you cut yourself, because obviously when I was in Argentina, I fell at the airport and I had blood everywhere on the plane, and I could have used the bandage kit, but of course it was all in my bag. But anyway, enough said about that. Then I also got the little travel kit stuff in there. All kinds of stuff I have talked about in other videos, but I'm going to go back to the ones I bought today for the travel hack video. I've already mentioned this before, those little, like when you go to a third world country, like when I went to Argentina or I went to the Philippines, there's a lot of places that don't have toilet paper in the bathrooms, toilet paper or soap. Typically you'll find just running water, a toilet, and sometimes like in Japan they have holes in the ground that you would pee or poop in. And then they do have toilets at like fancy restaurants. But if you're going to like little holes in the wall, if you go to the bathroom, it's going to be like a little hole in the ground. That's very common for Japan. Not so much the Philippines. At least I haven't had experience that in the Philippines. I've experienced real toilets in the Philippines, but I don't usually go to hole in the wall places in the Philippines. So, but I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I do love hole in the walls for when I go travel and for foods, because usually that's where you find the best food, is in the hole in the wall. By hole in the wall, I mean kind of places that you wouldn't go to normally, like in America, for example. Like somewhere in Oak Cliff that you see roaches all over the place. That's what I'm talking about when I say hole in the wall. Not a hut in the middle of nowhere. Of course, I do eat a lot of street food, and I eat a lot of food trucks when I travel, so I'm not against any of that stuff. But anyway, so if you go to the bathroom and you say you need something to clean up with, these little dot things, I did a demo on them before. These are the best thing that I've ever experienced when traveling, is having these in my bag. Okay, next item. As I mentioned before, I had these in a video before. These are really good. They're little clothespins, but they're plastic. These are good for holding your beach towel on beach chairs. Over rails, like say you're in a hotel, you want to dry all your swimsuits and stuff. These work in a pinch. I wouldn't bring this whole bag, but I'd probably bring like 5 or 6 of them, because you can also use these for other things, like holding a towel in the bathroom so it doesn't fall, or like putting stuff in the shower and hang them in the shower and clipping them down so they don't fall. Things like that. These work wonders for many different things. And I mentioned in my last video about diabetic socks. When I travel like to Brazil, where there's high crime, petty theft, Argentina, Philippines, where people will rob you for your tennis shoes, because y'all should not be traveling with Prada sneakers, those $300 Nike tennis shoes and stuff like that, because people are known to steal them off your feet. So if they're not going to steal your socks. So what I always tell people is hide money, especially cash, in your sock on the bottom underneath your foot. If you get robbed, they're not going to look in your sock for money, okay? So that way you always have, if it's $20, $200, I mean, $200 is too much when you travel. But if you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no cash, no phone, no nothing, that $20 in your foot's going to help you a long way to get you where you need to go. So this is a good travel tip. I do that everywhere I go, whenever I travel. Obviously, if you go to the beach, you're going to want to wear flip-flops. You're not going to wear tennis shoes. And you're not going to wear socks to the beach. But I'm talking about when you're at night and you're traveling, walking around, something like that. The other reason I mentioned about the traveling and stuff, I have other tips I'm going to go into that you can hide money in as well. If you're like me, I hide money in many places. Then I come back from vacation, I forgot I put money here, I put money there, and I find all kinds of money, hence my little bank thing that I showed y'all before. that shows you all the money I've collected from when I've come back on vacation. A lot of that money was found in my suitcase in different places I've stashed it and forgot I stashed money. Okay, so the next item I mentioned in my last video about soap, the little soap, little tabs. It's kind of like the breath thing where you put them on there. It's got that carabiner, and then you it's got a little plastic case so that you can go to a sink, you put it under water, and it gets all sudsy so you can wash your hands. And this has got I think it's 20 sheets inside there. These sheets turn into lather, and they lather your hands so you can clean your hands when you need to. Like in the bathroom where they don't have soap and there's no toilet paper, no hand drying stuff. But this will keep you in a pinch. Even in some hotels, you may not have the right soap, or you may be in a hotel that doesn't give you any toiletries. You can use this to wash your body as well. Okay. Now I mentioned these before. I like to buy different colored jars. They come in white also. That way I know which one is like my, I use, oh my God, I can't think of, I use styling gel in my hair, so I need one of those for that. I use different face creams, and I use, anything else you can put in here. You can put anything in these, and they're really good for travel. I'm a OCD, so I put these little labels on top of here when I travel, so I know which is which. But I also color code things, so I know conditioner, shampoo, things like that. Also, hand sanitizer with the carabiner again. I usually put this on my travel bag. To be honest with you, the one I actually use is a Coach one, and it has a carabiner on it as well, and it has hand sanitizer already in there, and I usually squeeze this out and put it in that. But obviously when I go to, like, I don't carry my Coach bag when I'm out and about traveling. I take it when I'm there, but I mean when I'm actually going exploring the city, because that makes you a target. So you shouldn't have anything flashy, no fancy watch, no fancy jewelry. All that stuff makes you a target for crime, so that's why you shouldn't do that. But you should never have enough hand sanitizer. Another thing is when you travel, your lips get chapped and stuff like that, so I always get extra. I travel with, like, this Vaseline is really good. This is regular. I love anything rose flavored, and this is a rosy lip. And then I mentioned this in my last video. This is a fanny pack. You don't have the fanny pack exposed. You put it underneath your clothes, like on your hip, underneath your shirt. You can always hide stuff in here, like money, credit card, like emergency credit card, things like that. This goes around your waist, really easy, simple zip, $1.25. Then of course I bought the crossbody, which does the same thing, and like I say again, put it underneath your clothes. I would even, I wouldn't put my passport or anything like that in here if I was traveling, you know, in kind of a shady neighborhood, like like in Brazil on the streets, stuff like that. I would probably put it behind in my back, underneath my shirt, where you're not, you know, if you have a jacket over it, nobody's gonna see it under your shirt. But you can kind of flip it around. It has just, you know, it has a zipper in the front. Pretty deep pocket, but this is easy to hide, and that's what I'm trying to say. So you can hide it around your underwear, put it, you know, tuck it in your underwear. The other one too. They're both very good examples of how a $1.25 item can be a lifesaver in a pinch, an emergency when you're traveling. Okay. I always say put a credit card and some cash in each place. Under the foot, I wouldn't necessarily put a credit card because it might mess up the magnetic strip. But when you're in a third world country like Brazil, a lot of your credit cards aren't going to work anyway, because you have to downgrade your ATM card to get money from the ATM. You can't use a Visa or MasterCard logo. That's another tip that people that, Brazil is one of the countries that the Visa and MasterCard don't work. And to use the ATM, you have to downgrade your ATM card, and you have to go to your bank in order to do that. I mentioned in my last video about these Crest brushing sticks. They have the toothpaste in a bubble up here. They're really good for on airplanes and stuff to freshen your breath and stuff like that. These are there's 2 in a package. I usually travel with like 6 or 7, depending on how many flights I'm going to fly on. Usually when I go somewhere lately, it's like for 2 weeks, once a year. And then the other once a week, I do, I can go multiple places. Like when I went to Madrid in Spain back in October, November, we traveled back and forth between different locations on airplanes. And these came in really good in a pinch. But I highly recommend these. I use these a lot when I was in Argentina too, because I went to multiple locations in Argentina as well. So I use these on the little cheap flight. I did it within Argentina. And then of course, I don't really use this version. I use the spray bottle for like suntan lotion, things like that. Suntan lotion, aloe vera, things like that. But I prefer those silicone ones over these. But I just got these to show you because I'll use these for other things like lube or something like that. Okay. Last but not least, for my Dollar Tree travel hacks is the breath thing you put on your tongue and it dissolves. These are wonderful. I use these all the time when I travel. They're really good. I prefer to brush my teeth with toothpaste and a toothbrush, but usually when you're traveling, sometimes that might not be accessible, depending on how you pack and travel and all that good stuff. Hopefully this video wasn't too long for you, and if you have any questions or comments or other hacks from Dollar Tree you'd like to tell me about and pass on to the viewers, please like and comment down below. And I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this 11-minute video. Hopefully I'll shorten it up on the other ones. If you like my channel, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and see you later.